Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Aux Talks. It is Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. Hope you're having a productive day today. Thank you for watching the videos. I would ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, hit the thumbs up notification, the bell notification, and please sharing the videos with as many people as you possibly can so we can continue to educate people and wake people up as to what is happening around the country and with this economy. The only thing that I had any interest in discussing with you today has to do with the cellular outage that occurred across the United States early this morning and into the morning hours. I'll share a couple of stories that deal with the same topic, one from CNBC and one that came out on the Zero Hedge that was updated later on in the morning for what I saw. But for all of those who only care about your account balance, only care about how much your NVIDIA stock went up today, how much assets and resources you have amassed, I sure hope that you're paying attention to this particular topic today and trying to get your mind around what it means. Ask the question, what caused it? There are a couple different theories out there, but more importantly, answer a question for yourself. What would you do if you did not have access to your cellular communication, your cell phone, and the internet? And how would that impact your life? How would it impact your family's life? I will say that most people in this country are simply not prepared for that by any stretch of the imagination. I was in the coffee store today to pick up morning coffee, and there was a line of people. There was something that the app was down, and so everybody was having to come into the store to order their coffees, and everybody's standing in line with their heads buried in the phones. I do that too as well. Sometimes I certainly, can also be to blame for falling into that bad habit. Not only are you not paying attention to your surroundings when you're doing that, but you're also just supporting how reliant all of us are on these stupid cell phones to access your online banking, to pay for your morning coffee, to communicate with your kids and with your spouse, to make your stock trades, whatever it is. So let me jump into these articles. Again, I'm sure you heard this news. I think it's a big deal. The first one I saw from CNBC, it says AT&T cellular outage in the United States disrupts vital services. A cellular outage early on Thursday hit thousands of AT&T users in the United States, disrupting calls and text messages, as well as emergency services in major cities, including San Francisco. And we'll talk about this. It was major cities across the country: New York, Texas, San Francisco, other cities. About 58,000 incidents were reported around noon Eastern Time, according to data from outage tracking website downdetector.com. AT&T has not said exactly how many customers were affected by Thursday's outage, and the cause was not immediately clear. It says, a quote, "Some of our customers are experiencing wireless service interruptions this morning," AT&T said Thursday. "Our network teams took immediate action, and so far, 3/4 of our network has been restored. We're working as quickly as possible to restore services to remaining customers." Let me ask you this. What happens if the networks cannot be restored? What happens, not if, but when the networks simply go down and don't come back up? Or the equipment that's needed to address the damage is unavailable. It says phones affected by the outage have displayed 0 service bars in the top right corner of their device, or the letters SOS, meaning emergency. customers were still able to make calls by enabling Wi-Fi calling. What happens if the Wi-Fi is down? This is a spike in outages began around 4 a.m. Eastern and peaked at around 74,000 reported incidents at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's reported incidents. How many people across the country had the same issues but didn't report something? The AT&T outage has impacted people's ability to reach emergency services by dialing 911. A post on social media platform X from the San Francisco Fire Department. And the fire department posted saying that they are aware that people are not able to reach 911. So 911 is for medical emergencies, obviously, if you need a doctor or an ambulance. It's also for if you need police department, if someone's breaking into your house, if somebody is robbing you, if you need police assistance for any reason. So this impacted certain customers' ability to reach 911. Says we are aware of an issue, strike that. Yeah, so we are aware of an issue impacting AT&T wireless customers from making these phone calls. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens said in a post on X that the city can receive and make outbound 911 calls, but that AT&T customers in the area had reported issues. We have received calls from AT&T customers that their cellular phones are in SOS mode. Please direct all inquiries to restore services to AT&T, Dickens said. So how overloaded will a company like AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile be when something serious happens, when the outage is more widespread? You're not going to be able to reach anybody. You're going to be on your own. You're not going to be able to have contact with anybody. It says the Massachusetts State Police said that people were flooding their 911 center with calls trying to determine if the service works from their cell phones. People that don't even need 911 are just dialing it to see if it works just in case, further overloading the system. Users of Verizon and T-Mobile were reporting a few thousand outages each as of about 10 a.m. Eastern Time, again, according to the Down Detector. The similar story was shared or was posted on Zero Hedge, and the Zero Hedge article is now updated as of mid-morning. It says AT&T and other major mobile network operators are making progress in restoring services to customers after a nationwide outage began in the early morning hours. Although AT&T took steps to resolve network issues, the company did not disclose the cause of the outage. This is according to the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. There were no indications of a cyber attack. One theory suggests that space weather could be responsible for the nationwide outage. This is around the time of the outage, 2 X-solar flares were reported by NASA. It says the website Down Detector has detected a surge in outage reports from users of AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Consumer Cellular, Boost Mobile, US Cellular, and Straight Talk. So we had widespread outages across the country. San Francisco, Atlanta. There's one post I saw here from Texas, New York. Regardless of the cause, let's say it was a solar flare. Let's say it was a cyber attack. If it was a cyber attack, was this a test run to see what kind of widespread outage they or it could impact, what the response of emergency services would be, what the response of the public would be? Was this a test case scenario, or was it a weather or environmental effect? But keep in mind, whatever the cause was, the effect is still going to be the same. If you are not prepared to deal with that, you're going to find yourself in major trouble. Meaning, do you have a plan with your family that if there is no communication, the communications are down, internet's down, cell services down, where would you meet? Do you have meeting locations? Do you have a plan in place? Do you have any other alternate sources of communication if you do not have access to your cell phone? If all of your assets are tied up in digits on a screen, in ETFs in the stock market, in cryptocurrencies, and you do not have resources and assets outside of our digital system, what does that mean for you? What's going to happen? Are you going to be able to access your money? Are you going to be able to transfer funds? If there's a real outage in this country, widespread outage, that if there's an inclination that it was caused by a cyber attack or by an EMP, what kind of panic do you think that's going to send throughout this country? And what's that going to do? While everything is selling off, you won't be able to access your accounts or your passwords or anything like that. So I just wanted to discuss this today. It's just more food for thought. Whatever this cause was, it seems to have, at least it's not in the news this afternoon from what I'm reading. But what did I do today? While everybody was watching the stock market go up and buying more AI and tech stocks, I went and purchased 2 more solar panels for my solar generator, because I am going to make sure that for myself and my family, if something like this were to happen on a grander scale, that we're not going to become a victim. So I hope all of you will process this in a way that makes sense to you. I'm sure I'll get a bunch of nasty comments, that it's doom and gloom and it's conspiracy theory and it's all just fear and panic. From my perspective, it's not. This happened today. If you were one that was impacted by it, make a comment below. When you're unable to use your phone, access things for using your phone, what impact did it have on your day, on communications with your family or anything else? Wouldn't mind hearing from you. With that being said, again, fitness is huge. We talk about it every day. Go get your steps in today. Do some walking. Your strength training. I'll be leaving here in about an hour or so to get my workout in today. But please keep this in mind. Start getting ready. A larger event is it's for sure going to unfold at some point. We don't know when. What are you going to do? Do you have assets? Do you have supplies? Do you have security? If you can't dial 911, who's coming to help you out? Who's coming to protect your family? You are. So are you prepared for that? Have a great day.